Why am I clapping? Because I'm excited.
Getting a lot of funny looks for being on this. But a vlogger's gotta do what a vlogger's gotta do, am I right?
Today is gonna be one of the best days at GNN.
The kind of sinister thing I try to do on public speaking days is I try to make the morning as random as possible and not as exactly structured. Today's a good example. I'm here at Lifetime.
So before the day gets crazy, everyone shows up. I'm here a little early. I'm gonna bang out a little bit of a couple hours of sales and business development process enhancement. Last month or so, it's been head down, blinders on, process improvement work.
I'm gonna fail a couple times today. I guarantee when I'm lifting, I'm gonna be doing some stuff that I can't get the final rep up or something. But I love that challenge because by the time I go into the speaking engagement, I'm gonna be like, this is easy.
3 or 4 years ago, if you had told me, Matt, you have to spend a month on process design and improvement, I would have puked and thought that I was being punished. Elevator's not coming, let's take the stairs. Now, I understand, finally, the impact that intelligent process design has on an organization. And so this past month has been actually quite fulfilling and exciting.
I'm gonna journal right now, I'm gonna do some affirmations, and I'm gonna start a power list because 2019 for me is gonna be really geared towards a power list, a formal way of doing it, but I wanna start it now to make sure I can keep up with it. After I do that, I'm gonna go up and get some shots up. That's part of the day.
So there's 3 types of companies. Companies that don't have processes whatsoever written down. Companies that do have processes written down, but it's almost like a process graveyard. They don't use them as a tool. And now we're finally in that 3rd category, where it's companies that have processes written down in checklist format, but it's used daily as a tool to hold people accountable for the right behaviors. Far too many years went by when we managed by the numbers, the outcomes of the sales department, the service department. We looked at the outcomes and thought, okay, this will help us determine what type of process we should have. Now, we look at process as, here are the steps that are proven to create the best results. These are the behaviors that must be followed on every single stage in order to create the best results. If we're following and managing and holding people accountable for those behaviors, we're gonna create the desired result. We don't even have to worry about the outcomes. That's why we've been so focused on process design, process improvement, and we're excited about the impact that it's gonna have.
So, I can hold this. Way too often, I'm guilty of this too, we focus primarily on, all right, here are the 5 things that I have to get done for business. All right, here are the 5 things I have to get done for personal. All right, here's the 5 things I have to do to be a good wife. All right, here's the 5 things I have to do for my kids. And then all of a sudden you have 20 things you have to do, and you miss one, and you feel like you failed the day, right? And every single day as a mom and as a dad, you fail. Every day. Your kid cries, you failed, right? So you have 5 things you have to do. After 30 days, if you've won more than you've lost, meaning if you hit 3 and you miss 2, you've won the day. You haven't lost, you've won the day. And if you keep winning the day, you're gonna win the month. But whatever you have done for 30 straight days, Monday through Friday typically, but 30 straight days, now it's a habit. Yeah, thank you. To close up. And we get a lot of questions from independent agents every single week, and we always take the phone call, we always answer the DM, we always answer the email, we always make sure we're invested because this is our community and we need everybody to grow. But 2 questions we can't stand that we get every week, Joey, is 1, where do you buy the bobbleheads?
That is true.
Number 2, can we use the bobbleheads? Both of those questions are ridiculous. Number 1, go on Google, search. We're on our 7th bobblehead company. We don't have the answer for you. And number 2, of course, it's a marketing ploy. It is not our, if there was a trademark after bobblehead, then call us.
You can use all of our stuff. That's why we give it all out there. That's why we put it all out there. It's like, if it works for you, fantastic. If you're in Utah and it works really well for you, fantastic. It doesn't hurt us in any way. It helps you. Might be the first person in Utah to do it, so why not? but it's not gonna last for too long. And ours, like, we're gonna continue to make bobbleheads, but it's not like our driver of business. Hanover Insurance, one of the larger insurance companies here in Massachusetts, invited us out to their headquarters in Worcester, Massachusetts, to speak to about 15 to 20 of their executives about a variety of topics that they're interested in what we have to say. Now, mind you, we don't even write insurance for Hanover. It's one of the only companies that we don't write insurance for, but yet they've been following our story, they know our brand, they like what we've been able to accomplish in the last 8-9 years. They're interested in having us come out to talk about social media, about video strategy, agency carrier relations, a variety of other topics. Those are the best days at G&N, is when we can offer value to someone who's interested in learning.
So I went to UConn.
I went to University of Vermont. Any catamounts here? No? Any catamounts? Pounds? No? All right. Catamount?
Creative gift giving could really help this table. And so we'll give you some examples of how we do it. So when someone sends their very first referral in real estate in our niche, what we actually do is we have someone on our team, she's our executive assistant, and one of the things in her process is she literally goes on their LinkedIn page, Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, whatever she can find, or Google, whatever, and she just creeps them out for a second or two, finds out what they're into, where did they graduate, whatever. And Tori's a great example. Like for him, for his first referral, maybe she just sends him a long sleeve UConn t-shirt. And so it's not an expensive gift, but something of value, and it actually is personalized. So that kind of touch point takes maybe 10 times as long, but they're gonna tell everyone. What's interesting about social, which we all know by now, but I'm gonna target you different than you, different than you. Just because you guys are not all the exact same age, you don't live in the exact same town, you don't probably own the exact same house. You can do that with social, can't do that in print. Target whomever you want, but start telling your story. I mean, you guys are different. Just sitting in this room, you can tell. First off, there's a lot of women here, which we love. That's awesome to see in an insurance thing. Most times it's just a bunch of dudes and no new ideas. Nothing. Just goes around, how do we make more money? Like that's the top. This is a different demographic. You guys should show that. It's interesting. It's fun. But you're looking at two guys up here who, if you have an idea, we say, yeah, you should try it. That's the end answer. Yeah, you should try it.
When we visited VaynerMedia, it was really interesting because we had these specific questions about, hey, within the insurance division, when you do Facebook advertising, when you use Instagram, blah, 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 like what are the results that you see? Because we thought we'd get under the hood to this ad agency that only does this and have 422-year-olds outside the window focusing on nothing but this. We thought they'd have all the answers. And then we walked away, our biggest aha was, he's like, I don't know, you should try it. We haven't tested that yet. I don't know, you should try it. We haven't tested that yet. And if they're not testing it, one of the largest social media ad agencies in the world, and they don't have any results and data on it, we walked away like, oh, we're ahead of the game. Like, we can do this. And that's why when Zach said, like, just try it, no one else probably has, and if they have, they haven't done it enough to get good data back.